started with nothing but cracked pavement and cold. A boy with empty pockets and a future untold. Streetlights flickered like hope on the edge, while hunger sat heavy like a debt I couldn't shed. The city was coughing through fever and fear. Markets went silent, no work left near. Bills stacked higher than the sky ever should, and survival felt less like life, more like wood. Disease in the alleys, no breath left to spare. Families folding into broken air. They said it will pass, but nothing moved on. Just more empty tables where warmth was gone. I learned early that mercy don't feed the weak, and silence grows loud when nobody speaks. So I carried my weight through the ash of decline, where even the strong couldn't draw a straight line. From nothing I rose when the world fell apart, built from the cracks with the war in my heart. Through famine and fire, through night after night, I became the storm that refused to die. They tried to break me, but I learned the cost of every life that the system had lost. Now I stand where the broken still breathe, a flame in the dark they never believed. Then war came knocking through fractured steel, not the kind from stories, the kind that feels real, where orders are smoke and tomorrow is thin, and you wonder which version of you will win. I wasn't a hero when I stepped into flame, just a boy who refused to stay the same. Through mud and sirens, through ruin and blast, I built something stronger from what didn't last. They called me nothing when I had no name. Now they whisper the same with a different frame. But I learned what it takes when the system breaks down, to stand in the rubble and not drown. Don't rule from shadows or towers of pride. I stand where the broken still try to survive, and those who once turned their faces away now look for protection when night turns to gray. From nothing I rose when the world fell apart, built from the cracks with the war in my heart. Through famine and fire, through night after night, I became the storm that refused to die. They tried to break me, but I learned the cost of every life that the system had lost. Now I stand where the broken still breathe, a flame in the dark they never believed. For I rose from the bottom where hope barely grows, through famine and fire and the weight of those lows. And I carry the scars of the wars I have seen, so others don't fall where I once had.